Hello, and welcome to my cool and clumsy review of the Internet! Okay, not quite the Internet, but we are going to be talking about a couple Internet service providers, namely Comcast with their cable service and CenturyLink with their DSL service. Now, I've been a fan of CenturyLink for years. I've used them for all my streaming, excuse me, I should say all of my Netflix streaming, not to be confused with the live streaming that I do now on YouTube, and my online MMORPGs, etc., etc. I had DSL, never a problem. But then I started live streaming, and I noticed that sometimes my live streams would cut out. If you're a fan of this page, you may have unfortunately noticed that as well. That was unacceptable, so I had to figure out another solution. Now, my DSL service was about 1 megabyte up and about 12 megabytes down. When I was discussing this with CenturyLink, because I wanted a faster service and I wanted to see what my options were, they mentioned something called DSL dual bonded. Basically, this is two DSL internets running into your house at once. So it basically doubles your uptake and downtake. So I went from 1 megabyte up to 2 megabytes up and 12 megabytes down to 24 megabytes down. But at the same time I was testing this out, I also was talking to Comcast on the side and being like, hey, I need to see about getting some faster speeds. What can you do for me? And so I got their lowest tier internet service, which was 5 megabytes up and 25 down. And basically, I had two internet providers running their services through my house at the same time. So I spent one weekend aggressively testing both of these options, DSL dual bonded and cable with Comcast. So how did I go about testing these two different internet service providers? I decided to put them through the most rigorous scenario I'd have to do as a live streamer. And in that case, that was playing an intensive online game at the same time as doing a live stream. So I chose to do several rounds of Overwatch each with both the CenturyLink DSL dual bonded service and the Comcast cable service. And what were the results of those? Well, let's talk about it. So what's the cool of both of these? Well, the DSL dual bonded was cheap and it did double my speeds, and it was a consistent speed. The cable, on the other hand, was definitely faster overall, and that's its definite strong point. So what's the clumsy side of these two services? Well, even though the CenturyLink was cheaper and a better and more consistent speed, it was also it could not quite catch up to the cable option. The cable one was consistently faster, even though the speeds fluctuated. Even when it was on the lower end of those fluctuating speeds, the cable option was still faster than the dual bonded DSL. So what's the verdict in both of these? Well, honestly, if you're looking for a cheap option and you're not a live streamer, I honestly recommend the dual bonded DSL. It played Overwatch and several other games perfectly fine. It was great for my Netflix, and it was great for my music. It was great for everything except the live streaming. If you are a live streamer, you're probably going to want a slightly faster option, in which case lower end cable is at least at a minimum what you're going to want if you want to have a high quality stream. So ultimately, after much hand-wringing and soul-searching and so many other things concerning wallets and phone calls to customer service, I finally went with Comcast Cable, and I'm hoping that it will work out. Like I said, I'd been a fan of CenturyLink for several years, and their customer service has always been excellent to me. I'm hoping that I'll receive the same customer service, or better, obviously, from Comcast. which is what I'm sending this to you now on. This is a Comcast encoded stream. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Anyway, so thank you so much for watching this review. I hope it's been helpful, and if you liked it, please check out my other videos, and please subscribe and share. Thank you so much, and have a good night.